Hi to everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about structures in C. Before discussing about structures in C, let's recall about an array. You know very well about an array. Array is a type of data structure which is used to store the list of elements and which are all belongs to the same data type and the elements which will be stored in a consecutive memory location. So just for an example, here I am taking the number 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. So these 5 elements which will get stored in the cells of an array. For the first element the index is 0, and for the second element 1, and for the third element 2, and for the fourth element 3, and for the fifth element 4. When we are looking about the memory locations of these elements are, just for an example I am saying this may be of 2000, this may be of 2001, 2000 and actually since it's an integer type of data, the memory location here will be 2000, maybe of 2002, 2004, 2006 and 2008. So in such a way, consecutive the elements which will get stored in a consecutive memory locations. So the first thing is array is used to store the list of elements. Is to store the list of elements, and then which are all belongs to the same data type. We may write it as a homogeneous data. And next one is stored in a consecutive memory locations. Consecutive memory locations. Consecutive memory locations. So this is about an array. Then what's the necessity of discussing about an array while discussing about the structures is, array is the type in which we are going to store the list of elements which are all belongs to the same data type. But once if you are taking the structures, we are going to store the list of elements just like an array only. But we are going to store the heterogeneous type of data. Heterogeneous data we are going to store data. For example, just for an example I am saying a list of register numbers of the students, and then details of the student. You just consider here the first one is a list of register numbers of the students. It means we are going to store the register number of all the students. So definitely the data type of the register number of all the students will be of the same type. So for implementing this one, we can make use of an array. But while taking the next statement, here we are having the details of the student. Details of the students, may be of a register number, and then a name of the student, and then parents name, then in which section they are learning. So we may give it as a qualification, currently learning, and then academic details. We should store the academic details, and we should store the co-curricular activities, their personal informations and so on. So when we are taking about the details of the student, we are having the lot of information such as a register number, name, parents name, address, age, qualification, gender, academic details, co-curricular activities, how much of the marks scored by the student, and what about the physical fitness and so on. So when we are looking about the details of the student, so much variety of data are there. If we wish to store these types of data, definitely we should go for the structures, because structure is an user defined data type which is used to store the heterogeneous type of data. Heterogeneous type of data means we can store all the type of data, but the difference between an array and structure is, we can write array here and we can take structure here. Array, when we are taking array, you know very well, array is a collection of homogeneous data. So homogeneous data. Here we can store the heterogeneous data. Here also we can store the list of elements. Here also we can store the list of elements. And next one thing is, we will be able to when we are taking an array, the elements which will get stored in the type of what type to say, elements which will be stored in the consecutive memory locations, as we said earlier. Consecutive memory locations. And we are taking the structure, the elements which will get stored in the scattered memory locations. Scattered memory locations. What do you mean by scattered memory locations? Means when we are taking an array, definitely we need the consecutive memory locations, right? That means the elements which will get stored in the memory locations adjacent to it. But once if we are taking the structure, wherever the space is free, that space which will be occupied. There is no conditions to store all those elements in a consecutive memory locations. When we are defining an array, by default the elements which will get stored in the places wherever the space is free. And another next one thing is, when you are taking an array, it's very basic thing. Array is of the data type, derived data type. And when you are taking the structure is the user defined data type. User defined data type. So what's happening here is, a derived data type means array which will be which will be defined in the library functions itself. Simply we are just going to make use of that concept only, right? But once if we are taking this structure, we have to define our own structure. That's why we are calling it as a user defined data type, because a structure which will be defined as per the user's choice. That's why we are calling it as a user defined data type. Why we are calling it as a derived? When we are taking an array, we are calling it as a derived data type. Why? What's the reason here is because the basic data types are the integer and float and characters. By using those data types. We are just going to derive the data type of an array. Just for an example, I am saying int a of 10. It means 10 cells will be allocated of the type integer. That's why we are calling it as a derived data type. Since we are calling it from the we are deriving it from the basic data type, we are calling it as a derived data type. This is the difference between the structures and array. I hope that you got a basic idea about structures now. Let's see the detailed information about structures in the upcoming videos. Thank you.